a small town where everyone knew each other's names and children roamed freely, no one suspected that lurking among them was a man with a dark and twisted desire. They called him Jacob Foster, a quiet, unassuming figure. To most, he was the friendly neighbor, the harmless handyman who always waved hello and kept to himself. But as night fell, Jacob Foster became something else entirely. A shadow in the dark, a terror who preyed upon the innocent. The legend of the Boogeyman had always been a tale to keep children inside after dark. But in this town, the Boogeyman was real, and he was far more sinister than any story whispered by campfires. It began with the disappearance of Lily Monroe, a vibrant 12-year-old with an infectious smile. She was last seen leaving her school on a foggy October afternoon, her backpack bouncing as she skipped down the familiar streets. But she never made it home. Her parents searched the town, her friends knocked on every door, but there was no trace of Lily. She had vanished as if the earth had swallowed her whole. As days turned into weeks, more children went missing, each one disappearing without a single clue left behind. Fear gripped the town. Doors that had once been left open were now locked and bolted. Children no longer played outside. Parents kept their little ones close, casting suspicious glances at every stranger who passed. Rumors spread like wildfire. Some claimed it was a curse. Others whispered that the Boogeyman had come to life. Then, the strange notes began appearing, small, handwritten scraps left on front porches and taped to lampposts. Each note was signed, "The Boogeyman," taunting parents and police alike. "Your children are mine," one note read. "They come to me in the night," said another. The cryptic messages sent shivers down the spine of every parent in town, each letter dripping with malice and cruelty. It was then that a detective named Sarah Grant, known for her relentless pursuit of justice, took on the case. She combed through every note, every piece of evidence, searching for the faintest trace of the monster who hid in the shadows. Sarah's resolve was fierce. She wasn't just chasing a killer. She was protecting her own two daughters, who were the same age as the missing children. Sarah's investigation led her down dark alleyways and into abandoned homes, but each lead ended with more questions than answers. She studied Jacob Foster, that quiet man who seemed to blend into the background wherever he went. He volunteered at the local church, helped at community events, and was always the first to lend a hand. Yet there was something about him, a chilling emptiness in his eyes that made Sarah's instincts scream. It was only a slip, a minor error on Jacob's part, that led her to his secret. While reviewing the evidence, Sarah noticed a peculiar detail. The paper used in the Boogeyman's letters was an unusual brand found only in one local store. And who worked the night shift at that store? Jacob Foster. Late one night, armed with only a flashlight and her unbreakable courage, Sarah followed him. She trailed him to a decaying cabin hidden deep in the woods. Her heart pounded as she approached the shack, fear and determination twisting in her stomach. And there, in that cabin, she found what no parent dared to imagine. An entire room covered with haunting drawings, photos of the missing children, and toys strewn across the floor. Jacob Foster was arrested that night. The town breathed a collective sigh of relief, but the scars of his terror would never fully heal. Families mourned, townsfolk whispered, and parents held their children a little tighter. As for Sarah, she became a hero, celebrated for unmasking the monster in their midst. Years passed, but the memory of the real-life Boogeyman lingered like a shadow over the town. Jacob Foster's story became a cautionary tale, a reminder that evil doesn't always wear a mask and that sometimes the true horror lies just beyond our doorsteps. Even now, townsfolk whisper his name, telling their children, "Be good, or the Boogeyman will get you." But those who were there, the ones who lived through the terror, know that he wasn't just a story. The Boogeyman had been real, and he had walked among them. If this story gripped you, imagine what else lurks in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another chilling story. Who knows, your own town might hold secrets even darker than Jacob Foster's. Stay tuned, stay safe, and remember, sometimes the real monsters are closer than you think.